All right. Shalom Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Waharakak Wadash Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aqua that they're listening. What I like to get into, it's all according to the Spirit. Just a quick lesson on, you always got these, Jake, when the sect or the camp didn't work out for him or something, distasteful, that happens, which unfortunately that comes from what? Terrible leadership a lot of times, and then too, you know what? And what, you can't just blame that on leadership, right? It's just through the spirit, man. We over here at GMS really been privileged with great leadership. Okay, this, the truth. Yahweh Bashem Yashai isn't for the, isn't is for the weak, but isn't for the weak. You dig what I'm saying? We understand that Yahweh Bashem Yashai is a strong tower. You know, but at the same time, we're in the process of building. So you can't afford to be weak. If that makes sense. Let me see, which one was I looking for? Oh, Matthew 11. Bear me, Baba Kushai. This is Yahweh Shah Mashiach speaking. This is verse 6. This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. Okay? You can't be offended in this truth, man. You have to have thick skin. I remember hearing that from Apostle Gabar say, this truth, you have to have thick skin. And if and you should learn that um over the course of, since you've been in the truth, you know, since we, been here and just, being a Jake in this world, man. I know things, a little more casual, laid back, but when you're in the spirit, you see, how this devil is operating and so forth. And you see that Yahweh Bashmi Ashah, his word hasn't come back void. Everything going out is always 1,000. But Jake gets so caught up and um so discouraged. Now they what? Oh, I ain't an Israelite no more. And honestly, you don't get to make that choice. You you don't get to say I ain't an Israelite no more, man. Okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Okay? So the Most High knew you before you got here, man. And Jake, when Jake gets so frustrated or so distraught with something, they want to, anything you want to disassociate yourself with, if you've been hurt. So basically, Jake's feelings had got hurt. So that's why I read that in Matthew chapter 11, verse 6. And blessed is he who is not offended in me. It goes for the men and women. Okay? Like how you offended in the comforter, man. It's just real. Whew, this this is this is a real entitled generation too, man. Let me continue reading this and let me reread it. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Okay? So this is what the Most High did to Jeremiah, man. And every other, all, I'll say this, all life forms. How about that? Okay, you don't get that option of, oh well, I'm not an Israelite anymore. and so forth, because Jake, once again, man, that we're in Esau's we're in Esau's kingdom. We see how the transhumanism thing is going on, and people's de- delusion, their delulu, as they say, man. People are delusional. Oh, I ain't this no more. I ain't that no more. You know, nah. You you an Israelite. If y'all could bear me, Baba Kushai, one moment. Bear me, Baba Kushai. Here we go. You just it. This is how Jake sounds and looks, man. It's just crazy. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 8. Drop down, ye heavens, from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, Yahweh, have created it. Verse 9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. You striving with the Most High, man. You sitting there telling the Most High, I ain't no Israelite. That's very disrespectful. That's a spit in the face to the Most High. And you and Jake be willing to risk it all just to be a mediocre nigga here, man. Jake is willing to deal with mediocrity then rather than to just, man, to stay strong through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because things ain't so. And like, what particular things are you looking to go your way that you denounce being an Israelite? What particular things are you looking to go your way? Now, granted, I will say this, we all have to examine ourselves, but these other sects, man, they are, doing some outlandish things. But that doesn't mean Yahweh Shem Shah is still not, a real thing at the same time, you know. But a lot of those different sects, man, they're gonna pay for doing that, to scatter in the flock, man. To Jake is gonna have blood on their hands, and some already do. Verse 9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou, or thy work? He hath no hands. Yeah, like like, where do people have really been conditioned here, man. Everybody has taken on the mindset of oh, you can do anything. First and foremost, anything's possible with the Most High, but you saying you're not an Israelite no more, you're still an Israelite. You're still an Israelite. You're just offended. You got offended, and now you feel like the world owe you something. I ain't an Israelite no more. Okay. Verse 10. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what begettest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? That's, once again, it's just very disrespectful, man. Because Jake always say what? That they, when they come into the fold, always knew that there was a higher power. All right, if you still know it's a higher power, just know, hey, I'm an Israelite, but You know, this church, hey, this and that and so forth. You know, because we, through the Spirit, the apostles, bishops, and elders sitting and coming, you know, miles away. That a lot of this is going to happen. A lot of Jake, you know, got, you know, brokenhearted and discouraged in the faith. You know, that's why you have to have tough skin and also suffer as a Christian too. But I'm not talking about accepting just any old thing. You know, because we see a lot of these sects are wicked, man. You know, but you're still an Israelite, regardless if you get mad at your congregation or not. You still an Israelite. Verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, and his Maker, ask me of things to come concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me. Okay. Matter of fact, let me finish off on this. Verse 12. I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their host have I commanded. Okay? That's what Yahweh has done, man. Okay? And what? He ordained what? His only begotten son, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Okay? To lay everything out. You know, you don't, you know, so that's definitely a spit in the face to the Most High to say you're not an Israelite. I ain't an Israelite no more. Because you're offended. Bear me Baba Shah. I believe I wanted Proverbs next. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directed his steps. See, the Lord is priority number one, man. The Lord, man. Okay? And I always like the hierarchy. Just, it's the Most High, Yahweh Shah, man, woman, child. And that's how it goes, bro. And that's the order of things. You can never break the order. You could break the order just to destroy yourself. If you want to mark yourself, go ahead, be my guest. Okay? But it's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? It is the will of the Heavenly Father that you're an Israelite. Or you're an Edomite, Hamite, and so forth. Any other 17 nations, they can't change who they are. There's a total of 18 nations that the Most High created, but we can't change who we are. You're an Israelite, whether you like it or not. And I got all these other scriptures to prove if the Lord is directing your steps. And then this one I'm about to pull, if the Lord's doing all this, you think you moving something, man? This is Job chapter 33, verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed. Verse 16. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. Verse 17. That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. The Lord does that 24/7. The Lord don't take no breaks. So how you gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, I ain't"? Nah, it don't go like that. That's not, as everybody like to say now. That's not how this works. You're an Israelite. Now you for sure get to mark yourself as a 2/3 now, because you're trying to do away with your nationality. You You trying to do away with your golden ticket, bro. For hope, all of Israel is saved, man. For hope, all of Israel is saved, and Jake willing to throw that golden ticket away because they were offended. You know, but you're still an Israelite. You know, just a 2/3 Israelite now. You know, if you yeah, you're a 2/3 Israelite. Yeah, that's point. Yeah, yeah, you trying to cast away Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the Lord. Hey, the Lord gonna let you rock out, and we're gonna see how that works out for you. But that was it on this. And Albaratazah, this is edifying for the body. So with that, once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakakwadash Brakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achaeon pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquath out there listening. Shalom.